going on? It's your boy Sheiv the Wise, and welcome back to Vader's Lair. We are just over 24 hours, really closer to what is it? 27 hours until we're just about to be here for a watch party for Star Wars: The Mandalorian Season 3. It has been a long wait. Just about over 2 years, closer to 3 at this point. It has been a long wait though, and The Mandalorian Season 3 is finally almost here. 27 hours, and I cannot wait. Make sure to join Vader's Lair. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button as you enter in. Make sure to be here tomorrow for our Mandalorian Season 3 watch party. We're going to be starting around 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. About 27 hours from now, we will be live. Let's get it going though. Let's get into the lair, because today we are doing the rest of our Mandalorian marathon, finishing off our rewatch, and now we're watching the last 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. So let's get this thing going. Let's head into the lair. I already got the chapter up. I got the episode pulled up. Make sure to subscribe though. Again, this is Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett is what we're going to be kicking it off tonight with our rewatches. So welcome into the chat, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Lord Vito, dude, thank you for all the gifted memberships. If you guys are in the chat and you see that Lord Vito has gifted you a membership, make sure to tell him thank you. I really do appreciate that, Vito. I appreciate every single one of you guys that are members. In fact, for those of you guys that are members, go ahead and check out the latest emojis we have in preparation for the Mandalorian Season 3. I think you guys are going to like them. I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty fun stuff. Lots of Grogus in there. So let me know what you guys think of those. Make sure to spam them into the chat. And let's get this rewatch going, man. I love Book of Boba Fett. I know not everybody does. Oh no, he did it again. Vito, thank you for the 5 Acolyte memberships that you have just given. Welcome to the dark side. Those of you that are coming in and are being gifted these memberships. Vito, did you just membership 15 people? You're a madman. Much love to you, Vito. Thanks for being here. Wildin', dude. We are 27 hours from the Mandalorian though, and the hype has never been realer. Like I was saying, I'm a big fan of the Book of Boba Fett. These last 3 episodes are some of my favorite Star Wars live action things that we've ever seen. I wouldn't necessarily say the Book of Boba Fett's a perfect show, but I think it's a misunderstood show, and I hope you guys enjoy this rewatch tonight. I was looking at the episode lengths of these 3 episodes we're about to dive into. Might be a little bit longer of a stream than I thought it was going to be tonight, but I'm here for the ride. Sorry for the late stream for anybody on the East Coast or in Europe. I apologize, guys, but let's get this thing going. I am super hyped for The Mandalorian, and I'm definitely excited to be watching these episodes with you guys tonight. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to pull up Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. I'm going to get my timer up and put it right around here under Chapter 5. As soon as the episode starts, though, make sure to sync it up with us so that you guys can watch along and get our live reaction. Good to see you all again. Kylie, good to see you hopping in. Keaton Haas, what up? MCU OG, it is always good to see you, OG. Much love to you. Talented Mr. Griffin, much love. And Vito, of course, as well. Let's get this episode rolling here with Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. I'm going to pull up the timer and let us begin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Let's go. Let's go. Finishing off the watch parties. Let's go. I haven't watched Boba in a bit, but this show is lit. Kendall, what up? Do it. Good to see you in the chat, man. Hey, those of you on the East Coast, make sure you get some sleep at some point tonight. But I'm glad to see you guys here, man. If you know where to look. I love that when this show was airing, they kind of ended it off with the Mandalorian theme, and we all knew what was coming in this episode. I don't know if we expected it to be the full Mandalorian episode that it is, though. It barely has any Boba Fett at all, if at all. I'm gonna be sleeping at 3 a.m. Let's go. My dude is wildin'. 3 a.m. Hey, dude, I hope you're taking care of yourself out there, Kendall. Saber Smith, what up, man? Good to see you in the chat. He said I've been knee deep in grading Harry Potter book reports. However, I'm done and I'm ready to watch. Hey, it sounds like it was good timing for you then. Good to hear. Oh, so good to see Mando in this episode. Doo-doo. I forgot he has the spear at this point still. That's great. Hey, Baby Yoda, I'm glad to hear you got no more COVID. Let's go. That's definitely something to be hype about. I hope you continue to take care of yourself and continue feeling better as well. I was talking about this episode a little bit earlier with the Star Wars obsession about how Din is kind of struggling to use the Darksaber in these scenes. It's fun to remember that he cuts a chunk of his leg off, you know what I mean? Like, the dude is definitely not perfect with it. Kylie says, I got Taco Bell for dinner tonight. Let's go. I'm praying for your stomach, Kylie. But Taco Bell's pretty lit. I used to work at Taco Bell way back in the day. Baby Yoda says, I slept 5 hours on the first day of COVID. I mean, 5 hours is like, could be worse. But that's definitely not what you want. You know what I mean? I got his bounty. Oh, tracking fob. He's here. Yeah, he's got to become one with it. He definitely has to become one with it still, Kendall, and it is like an extension of his arm. It's interesting though. The Darksaber, a lot of the Mandalorians that wield it seem to have kind of a struggle wielding it. It seems. Other than like Paz Vizsla back in the day. Or pre-Vizsla, sorry. Pre-Vizsla. Din. I love this, man. He's such a savage. And you could tell my dude is grumpy that he doesn't have Grogu with him anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe because it's not theirs, says Kendall. I don't know. Maybe. I think there's something to it, man. I think there's something to the Darksaber and the fact that a lot of the Mandalorians struggle with it, but it might be their warriors' ways. Or I can bring you in cold. Yes. Ow. Yes. It literally weighs down his arm. Oh, I forgot how dope this episode is. Let's go. Oof. Ow. There it is. Ah. Damn. Yo. Oof. Sink. Straight in half. Oh. Dan, you are a dirty dog, my guy. Let's freaking go. Let's go. What up, Ben? Good to see you in the chat. I ran into you at Celebration. Yo, I remember that. I remember you, Ben. I definitely remember that, dude. Good to see you in the chat, man. I hope you're doing well. Are you going to Celebration this year, Ben? Appreciating Star Wars used to be my channel. Hey, I don't know if you still run it, but I gotta check it out. Of course, bro. Hey, much love to you, man. I hope you're excited for Mando Season 3 tomorrow. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Glad you still got the same channel going, man. They're all like, okay. Hey, definitely will be trying to. I'm not going to Celebration this year, actually. I'm not going either. London's a bit too far for me. I wish I could make it, especially because there's not going to be another Celebration until 2025. Kind of bummed I can't make it this year, but I'm excited to see any kind of coverage of it that anyone else does. You know what I mean, man? It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be a lot of announcements, I think. Celebration should be pretty big this year. Yeah, the Book of Boba theme is so good. We don't know where the 2025 celebration is just yet. It is an awesome fight scene, right, OG? It is such a fun scene. A lot of fans like that this is kind of like Halo 2, you know what I mean? With this part. I think this is such a cool concept to throw into Star Wars too. I forget what this place is called. I think they might throw it up, but such a cool place. I hope we see it in a future Mandalorian season. This has got to be the best opening in Star Wars TV, honestly. Dude, I mean, the Book of Boba theme itself is incredible, but then you got Din Djarin walking through, igniting the Darksaber, and just slicing dudes up. Nothing much better than that in terms of Star Wars live action, you know what I mean? Which pizza? Thin crust, hand tossed, or pan, says Keaton Haas? Oof, that's a good question. Feel free, hey chat, feel free to ask any kind of questions like that anytime. We're in for a long ride tonight, but a fun ride. Deep dish, I have an affinity for deep dish pizza. I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while, I get a kick for it. This elevator ride is so funny. The guy looks at him like, what the heck? Is that it? Oh, Din looks. Oh. Probably, like, I got an affinity for deep dish. Hand toss is always good too, and I'm, you know, certain places their thin crust is lit. I don't know though. I think like just original pizza. I like every kind of pizza, man. I'm a pizza guy for sure. You're a good hunter. I don't know. I guess deep dish is just something that's yummy to me. If I had to pick between thin crust, hand tossed, and pan, probably hand tossed, unless pan is deep dish. I don't even know. Favorite cheese? I like how Din does all of that, slices off a piece of his leg. I think he took a little something there, but he really did all of this just to get information on where the armor was. Like, what the heck? And the other thing is, Jon Favreau reminds us about how, like, Din Djarin and Grogu throughout the Book of Boba Fett here in these episodes that we're watching tonight, they're really kind of struggling without each other. Din struggling to wield the Darksaber and kind of just missing Grogu, you could tell. And also just, he literally goes to the armor and is like, yo, I'm back and I got this Darksaber. My leg just got cut, but, you know. Oh yeah, I also took off my helmet. Eesh. You know what I mean? Like, Din is really struggling at this time period without Grogu. And Grogu actually is struggling without Din in his training with Luke. Why aren't they streaming it, Sheiv? I don't know. That's a great question. I heard that they're not going to be streaming Star Wars Celebration this year either. But we'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there. I mean, usually they don't stream the panels anyway, so I'm not really surprised about that. I don't think it should be a big shock. The fact that they might not be streaming the rest of the Celebration, though, like the main panels and such, that's a little suspect. A little weird, you know what I mean? It makes me interested, and it almost makes me want to buy a ticket. Oh, stuffed crust is definitely pretty lit. I'm with you guys in the chat. I love this part where Din is using I'm telling you, man, I love when they give us the perspective of the Mandalorian, like in the Mandalorian helmet. I think that's so cool. They did it all throughout season 1 and 2. I love seeing it here in the Book of Boba Fett too. I forgot how much I like these episodes too, Steve. This stuff is so good. The Book of Boba Fett was lit when these episodes aired, man. Ow. That hurt. Def stuffed crust, says Kendall. If I had to pick a cheese, sorry, I gotta go back to that one. I've always had an affinity for the cheese Gouda because it's very Gouda. You know what I mean? It's pretty good. It's pretty Gouda. I don't know though. I like Swiss on certain like sandwiches and such. Cheddar's always good. I like Gouda though. I would probably the name alone makes Gouda my favorite. So back to Ben's question on where's 2025 celebration. Yeesh, Din, you look rough, my guy. We don't know exactly where Celebration is going to be in 2025, but there should hopefully be a movie for that year that they're maybe going to kind of tease out at Celebration. And a lot of the fans on Twitter and on the online space really were hoping for Orlando. I'm okay with Orlando. It's a little closer than London. Pineapple on pizza, says Keaton Haas. Chat, what's your take? Does pineapple belong on pizza? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Does pineapple belong on pizza? We gotta ask the age-old question. I'm gonna spell pineapple. Wait, it's right there. Almost spelled it wrong. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Hell no, like Kendall said. I'm not a pineapple on pizza kind of guy. If you are, more power to you. I'm going to take my pineapples off and give it to you. Although even then, the sweetness of the pineapple has soaked into the pizza at that point, and you ruin the pizza. Don't do that. I will create infinite alt accounts to but no if needed. Yes. Thank you, chat, for being on this with me. Hell no. Yeah, Dawn, unlike some, I didn't need 8 episodes to tell me that they were struggling. I could definitely see it in these 3. You know what I mean? And even then, this one episode with Din Djarin seems like he's kind of struggling. God, I love that Darksaber, man. Scattered for wins. Alright, I gotta pay attention. This part's crazy. You guys should too. And Jedi. Okay, so Din is welcomed back into the covert before they know that his helmet is removed. He's told about Tar Vizsla and the past of the Darksaber there a little bit. The covert is starting to rebuild at this point, like she said. Obviously, we know that he's going to have to take off, you know, I guess, be baptized or whatever beneath the Mines of Mandalore for taking off his helmet. Be reborn kind of as a Mandalorian. But I don't know if it's going to lead to that. And it makes me curious, though, if he does do that, is, you know, are they actually going to welcome him back into it? Are they going to expand? We were talking a lot about it lately in general, but on Star Wars Obsessions channel, we definitely were getting into this. Ooh, some Moff Gideon talk. I forgot about that. Alan Copeland, welcome into the chat. Rising up to herald a new age of Mandalore. As we look at a mythosaur too. So, I've been saying for a minute, that line is so... It only exists in Legends. No, it doesn't. So, in Legends, the mythosaur rises up to rush in a new age of Mandalore, and that's Boba Fett. He's the mythosaur. And I've been talking a lot about how I think Boba Fett could end up becoming the Mandalore down the line in the Mandoverse. But then I realized Grogu has a little mythosaur necklace too. What if Grogu is the mythosaur that the songs of eons past foretold of? I love that Din forges the spear into Grogu's chainmail. That's so cool. I want Celebration in Minnesota, says Kylie. Hey, I mean, Celebration's cool. So, at Minnesota, that'd be cool. I've never been to Minnesota, but I'm in. Kendall said hard pass, full stop. Hell no. Yeah, no pineapple pizza for me. And the sword you now possess. It's cool to watch these back, man. Happy we're doing this the night before season 3. Hey, let this be. So here's a sick ass little shot of the Great Purge. For any of you guys that have family members that watch The Mandalorian and haven't watched the Book of Boba Fett, here's your time to tell them, hey, sit down, watch these episodes of the Book of Boba. They'll explain everything to you. Just these 3 at least. You know what I mean? You could sit them down, make them watch the whole series. You should. But I think at least these 3 episodes will give them a broad idea, if they didn't watch them yet, of what's going down in season 3. Oh, man, I hope we get some more flashbacks in Mando season 3 of stuff like this. You know, a lot of people have been talking about if maybe in the latest trailer it looked like a greenish, lush version of Sundari, the capital of Mandalore. I don't think it's possible at this point. It would either have to be a flashback of Sundari or an entirely different planet. 4 cheese Italian blend, unless you're doing a Greek, then feta. Ooh, some good choices there, Don. I'm with it. %80 of the votes say no. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Yes, Kendall, I'm with it, bro. Solidarity are the way. Hell yeah. I hope Grogu gets a helmet this season, but Kendall says Grogu leads the Mandos like Yoda led the Jedi. Dude, I am all for it. I've been saying that for a minute. That I would love to see Grogu be kind of the next Tar Vizsla, the next Mandalore, but the fact that he lives for 850 to like 900 years, oh, the way she packs up the chainmail to look like Grogu too. Oh, that's the thing they're really showing here in these episodes, man, is everything is reminding Din Djarin of Grogu. He's taking the spear, he's breaking it down because, Beskar is not supposed to be used as a weapon. And then from there, he's like, let's forge it for Grogu. You know what I mean? He's thinking about Grogu nonstop, and he probably has been since Grogu left him. Against the blade. He's not fighting with it. Yeah. Come on, Din. That thing looks so heavy. I hope we get some more training montages like this with Din in season 3 too, man. I like he's using his little like arm guard to like prevent it from hitting him too. He definitely does not have any control of it at this point. Adam Hunter, welcome in. Niet. No, pineapple does not belong on pizza. That's a big no. The chat has spoken. I ordered a hand-tossed pepperoni and jalapeno. Let's go! I'm all for that. Jalapeno is my thing. Oh. Paz Vizsla. I love Din's little cockiness there. right, good luck, Paz. In case you guys didn't know, we talked about it at the beginning of season 1. Paz Vizsla is Jon Favreau's voice, so it's so cool to have Jon playing another one of his characters here. Kendall says, damn, I had to join the watch for this scene. Yes, this scene is great. This whole episode, dude. These 3 episodes are so damn good. The Book of Boba Fett's great, man. I don't like all the hate it gets. I heard a rumor that Disney has major pop culture ideas for season 4 that Jon claims will blow up the internets. I don't know too much about this, Adam, but I'm for it. Blow the internet up, Jon. Do it. Anthony Strader, what up? He says, do you think we'll see Sabine in Mando season 3? Good question, man. Yo, that's kind of cool, Paz. I forgot you got the little shield. Do I think we'll see Sabine in Mando season 3? This has been something I've been wondering for quite a while. I think there's ways that they could do it. The fact she's a Mandalorian makes it very intriguing. My only question is, like, it's weird to me that Sabine was on Lothal for, what, probably 4 or 5 years at least. Like, Sabine's still on Lothal probably at this point during The Mandalorian. So maybe Ahsoka's gone to pick her up, and they could bring in Ahsoka through Din Djarin and Bo-Katan, since the 2 of them do know Ahsoka. Oh my goodness, Din is getting paced. Paz lifts it up, and it's almost heavier than when Din has it. But now Din has the upper hand. So if I had to say, will Sabine be in it? Probably not. They could do it bringing in Ahsoka through Bo-Katan or Din Djarin and having her be with Ahsoka at the time. Whoo! Let's go, Din. But probably not. Probably not. If she is going to be in it, Sabine will be like a post-credit scene. This is the way. Have you ever removed... Yeah. Guilty. Have you ever removed your helmet? You could see the struggle within Din, man. I don't know what people are seeing in this. That, you know, I'm seeing it. I don't know how others aren't. Yee, blood does hold no claim. For sure, Kendall. You are a Mandalorian no more. I wonder how long this creed has been around. You're crazy little cult. You gotta get out of there, Din. This is the way. Here's the setup for season 3. Sabine was my favorite character from Rebels. Steve, I don't blame you. She's a beast. Mine's Ezra, but Sabine is an amazing character, man. Truly an amazing character. So I think you guys were trying to tell me in our Mando marathon the other day about the guy that's going to be composing for Mandalorian Season 3. Ludwig Göransson, who's done the compositions and all the music kind of for the Mandalorian so far, is going to be doing the themes for Mandalorian Season 3. However, Joseph Shirley, a guy that works alongside him or works with him, is going to do the rest of the music other than the themes. You know what I mean? I miss Rebels 2 OG. I'm trying to plan it out and figure out when we got to start, because we got to get going on our Rebels rewatch. You know what I mean? It's going to be a freaking good time. Rebels is an absolute giant hug. You said it, Sabersmith. That's cool. I forgot about these little droids. I love it, man. Din pulls out all the all the weapons that he has. Hey, good night to you, Alan Copeland. I hope you have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Much love. Enjoy the Mandalorian tomorrow. Happy Mando Tuesday. A gun. All his whistling birds. What else do I got? Oh, yep. Each one of these. Oh, forgot about the leg. Knife down there. Vibroblade. Oh, another gun. What else did I forget? Oh, yeah, the grenades. Gotta get the whole... You better hold on to the Darksaber, my guy. No, no. Adam Hunter, I'm excited for Thrawn's big plan to be revealed when he tries to destroy the New Republic and make himself Emperor. Thrawn is taking over. I am down for that, man. I hope that we do see Thrawn in season 3, because that would be absolutely fantastic. I don't know if we're going to actually see Thrawn until the Ahsoka show, but man, I can't wait until we do again. It has been a long time coming, especially for us that are Rebels fans, and even more so for those of you that have read the OG Thrawn trilogy. Heck, I bet there's some people here that have maybe even read the canon Thrawn trilogies. Plural, because there's 6 of them. It's a whole saga at this point. The Thrawn books are great, though. I also love that Din looks at this green Rodian, and who is he thinking of? Grogu. You even get the Grogu theme. You can almost hear his coos. And he looks at the... That's what I'm saying, man. People complain they didn't have enough time separated. This is your time separated, man. There's full hours of it. Full hours of it. This episode itself is like 50 minutes, man. Din Djarin was needed in the Book of Boba Fett with his connection that he made to Boba in Season 2. And the thing is, you can't really tell the Book of Boba Fett with having Din Djarin. That's what I've been telling people. That a lot of the people that have been complaining that Boba or that Din Djarin and Grogu were reunited too quickly. My whole argument is that they kind of weren't. I know it happens in another show, but Din Djarin gets his time here where we see him missing Grogu. And again, you can't have the Book of Boba Fett and not have Din Djarin come into it at some point. You know what I mean? Boba needed his help and he came into it. And now that's going to be what Boba kind of leads to Boba becoming a part of the Mandalorians. A BD droid! That's so sick! I didn't even notice, but R5's cover in Book of Boba is the little motivator that's blown. It looks different in this than it did in The Mandalorian. Oh, I can't wait to hear the music either, Sabersmith. So cool to see Pelly again, too. I'm telling you guys, though, you can't have Din Djarin not be in the Book of Boba Fett. And if Din Djarin was going to be in the Book of Boba Fett, he was going to be missing Grogu no matter what. And the fact that they ended up having him meet up in this, I think it just makes perfect sense to me. Dude, seeing him ride a Rancor was awesome, Adam. I definitely agree with that. I think it could have been maybe a little better at points, and I feel like having this episode of strictly Din Djarin does take away from Boba a little bit, but I'm gonna say it again. You couldn't tell the Book of Boba Fett story without having Din Djarin show up at some point. Having Din Djarin be without Grogu, he was gonna think about Grogu, so you gotta show Grogu's part of the story too. And I love the way that Grogu ends up helping kind of resolve everything too when he gets to Tatooine. Forgot I'm playing golf in the morning. Gotta head to bed. Hey, Steve. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night, dude. Enjoy golfing tomorrow and enjoy The Mandalorian. Hopefully we see you here for the watch party tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. Sabersmith says, real time, we didn't see Grogu for 2+ years other than Macy's Thanksgiving Parade and TV. It feels like a day. It does. It does. What up, Joe? Welcome into the chat. It's right here. Hell yeah. That's another thing. People that miss the Book of Boba Fett, not only are they missing Grogu and Din's reunion, They're missing an entire ship. They're gonna be like, when did he get this thing? What? Joe, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Adam says, I also love that they're showing Luke's arc during this age. It's awesome. It is, dude. It's so cool, man. It's such a good couple of episodes that we're watching here. Yes. I like that she sells him on it here, though. Sell him. When Thrawn does finally show up, says talented Mr. Griffin, hopefully we get an Eli Vanto and dude, and Pelion. Yes, I would love to see Eli for sure. Ah, no, maybe you should disrupt the nest. This is such a cool episode. You start with Din Djarin sabering people up, and by the end of it, he gets a brand new speed ship, like a speedster basically, and goes on a little drag run and then gets away from the cops. I mean, it's a fun episode. All handmade, no droids. Had him sold. Yeah, he was like, oof, no droids? Pre-Empire? Shoot, now you're talking my language, lady. Yeah, building montage. Let's go. Yeah, I forgot the BD droids helps him. That's fantastic. Sounds fancy. Jawa knew they stole it. Din, from where? Where did they get this? You mean his helmet doesn't have a flashlight? I thought it did. It comes with one when you buy the Black Series. What the heck? Alright, that's definitely the weirdest part of the show. I dated a Jawa for a while. They're furry. Quite furry. How'd that account for like 4 years? Like 12 years? Dang. Much love, Joe. I don't want to think about it. You said it, Adam. Do you? You know what you're doing? You dated a Jawa, Pelly. Come on. Furry. The fact Pelly speaks Jawa is amazing. That was... Was that on her resume? It is now. Oh, God. It's months in universe that they've been apart, too. I'm telling you, Don. Don, you and I got to get this campaign going. People need to chill. I wonder if Peli knew Luke. She's never been off world. Oh, it looks good. Oh man, I can't wait to see this thing in season 3. We know that R5 is going to end up going in that little droid cockpit, so I'm excited to see this stuff, man. I like that we see Grogu push that button in the trailer, too. Gonk! That's a cool looking gonk. Din's theme here. Let's go. It's definitely fire. Oh, they make the ship look real nice and clean too. Oh, Bantha Diddle. The Jawas will steal stuff from anybody. I'm dead. They stole it from the Pikes. Gutsy little fellas. No, the Pikes don't mess around. We're gonna see that here in a minute. I love the Naboo fighter. Me too, OG, bro. It's so cool. You're gonna spoil him. That's a hell of a chicken. God damn. This is such a badass scene, man. I like that he leaves like tiny little yellow streaks on there too. This ship is lit. So fun that we just take a detour during Book of Boba to go see Din kill some dudes and build a ship. It's so cool. Beggars Canyon incoming. Let's go. I forgot about that too. This is such a fun episode. That's funny. R5 was cussing him out when she said that. He's like, I'm gonna go in that ship. I want to be the one steering it. Wizard. Yeah, that ship is wizard. Peli's like, I know you like it. Din is all of us getting a new car. You know, he's checking it out. He's like, whew. All right. I could ride this thing. Yeah. Yeah, I love the Baker's Canyon thing too, Adam. It definitely makes me think about Phantom Menace too. Really? Now he's all excited. I love that the final part is the trash compactor in the New Hope. I didn't even realize that. You're definitely right though. It's what they try to use to keep the walls from closing in. Turn it over. Yeah, you gotta give it some juice, man. It's an older craft. Does a lot of those pod racer startups too. Oof. Listen to that thing purr. You know what's sad? I feel like the person that would appreciate this the most in my life has probably never seen this episode, being my dad. He would love this episode. Oh, I can't wait to see this thing in season 3. There you go, Din. Whoo! That thing is wizard. Beggar's Canyon. Ah, oh, the freaking noises too. Ooh. The nostalgia. This was like an A-team episode with them building the fighter. Always had a montage of them building something. That's so cool. Let's go. Handles like a champ. Oh. Razor crest. That thing is definitely sexy. You said it, Kendall. Will you be doing live streams for the premiere tomorrow? Absolutely, Adam. So we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of streams tomorrow. I think we're gonna be on the Star Wars Obsession around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern or Pacific. Sorry, 5 or 6 Pacific tomorrow night. We're gonna be talking with Star Wars Obsession, previewing the Bad Batch and the premiere of Star Wars: The Mandalorian Season 3. And then we're going to be doing a Mandalorian watch party later that night. We might do a preview stream here as well. So look out for a preview stream around like 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Pacific Standard Time. So around the same night, or around the same time it is right now tomorrow. And then at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be doing a watch party for the premiere of The Mandalorian Season 3. And closer to 1 a.m. after we watch that and do our watch party for Mando, we're going to be doing a watch party for the Bad Batch as well, watching episode 11, which I've heard is going to be a pretty big episode. Oh yeah, I forgot Carson Teva shows up. Oh yeah, that's Max Lloyd Jones, right? The guy that plays Luke in season 1. I forgot about that. Carson Teva. Yeah, I love Carson Teva. Say, you wouldn't happen to... Yeah, I love it. I love Carson. Oddly familiar. No. He looks over. Boop. Yeah, Din. Peace. Peace, coppers. Nope. Yeah, Carson. Oh, I love Carson Teva, man. Carson knew his voice right away. Yeah, he did, Saber Smith. He's like, hey, do you used to fly a Razor Crest? He's like looking at him in his silver Mandalorian helmet. He's like, nah. Big day tomorrow night, yo. Yes, it is, Randall. Yes, it is, Randall Perkins. I can't wait for tomorrow night. It's going to be a fantastic night. Yes. The Jarn Bridger campaign is a real thing, Dawn, and it's my life now. Oh, Fennec. That's right. She pops up at the end. Making me want to watch the whole show again. I love the Book of Boba Fett. So I'll talk about it once this episode's done. Yeah, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend. Let's go. I forgot that's a Bryce Dallas Howard episode. That one is so damn good. Alright, let's talk real quick before we head into chapter 6. It was so good to watch that episode again. A lot of lore building for season 3 of The Mandalorian here. I think that episode is going to be vastly important to what we get here in season 3 in particular. But man, that was a good one. Fun to watch it back with you guys, I'll tell you that. But I've been saying it the whole dang stream so far. I've been saying it the past couple of weeks. Din Djarin had to be in the Book of Boba. He kind of just had to. I mean, we had Boba Fett episodes in The Mandalorian. We really kind of did. Obviously, it wasn't full-on Boba episodes the way that this was a full-on Mandalorian episode, I guess you could say. But in a sense, Book of Boba Fett was always marketed as The Mandalorian season 2.5. That's how they literally said it was going to be. It's like, this is kind of like a Mandalorian season 2.5. We're following Boba. It's kind of like a Mandalorian season 2.5. A lot of us were like, oh, so maybe we're going to see Din Djarin at some point. It makes a lot of sense that we would. Boba, obviously, at this time, is trying to become a crime lord. At the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, the post-credit scene, which we didn't have a chance to watch last time because my computer crashed. But basically, they showed us those post-credits hyping up season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. And that's how we found out about it, was from The Mandalorian season 2. And then from there, we basically found all this stuff out about Boba Fett in the beginning of the show. And then he needs muscle. He needed muscle through halfway of the show. And the only other person that he really knew was Din Djarin that could help him. And this whole dang show, Boba is trying to find people to help him protect Tatooine, this land he's come to care about after becoming part of the Tusken tribe. And the person he ends up finding belonging with at the end of the show, as we're going to see in the finale here as we get closer to it, is Din Djarin. And now from there, he realizes he's not supposed to be this, crime lord dude. Bounty hunting wasn't really the life for him either. It's a very lowly life, you know what I mean? Most of the bounty hunters in Star Wars end up dead in the sand. And then he finds belonging with the Mandalorian, who's a lot like his dad. He even sees Din Djarin in season 2, and you could even see that he's looking at Din and seeing his father with the silver helmet, the silver kind of armor and everything. He kind of sees his dad in that. And I think from that belonging he found, it's really going to propel Boba Fett into probably becoming a Mandalorian here in The Mandalorian season 3. But let's get this next episode up with chapter 6. Thanks for listening to my little rant there. Chapter 6, though, and then we're going to finish it off with Chapter 7. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. What did you think of that episode? And let's get up the timer and start Episode 6. Joe says, it'd be nice if Boba could get an episode in Mando Season 3, to be honest. I'm thinking the same thing, man. I would love a little detour episode, giving us a full Boba episode. And I feel like that would be so meta of John and Dave to do. John, in particular, to be like, look, y'all were complaining about getting a whole Mando episode in Boba. Well, let's give you a whole Boba episode in Mando. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's gonna become a Mandalorian in season 3, and that would just be so poetic. It would be awesome. I think they're trying to show us that the universe is expanding. I think so too, Adam Hunter. That's definitely a part of it too. I love the interconnectivity that they're kind of leaning into with these stories as well. I think it's just awesome. Let's continue, though, our watch party here with Chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. Oh, there you go. Let's go. Yeah, so that's a cool part that they showed there with the armor is that the Jedi are supposed to forego all attachment. And Din's like, that's the opposite of our creed, though. And he even has the attachment to Grogu still there that you see. Brandon, welcome into the chat, says, do you think Boba Fett Season 2 could still happen? I think so. I'm a big fan of the Book of Boba Fett. I would love to see a second season. I would love for Boba to be in Season 3 of The Mandalorian and kind of have his story fleshed out a little bit more here in this season of Mando, and then get a Book of Boba Season 2 like next year or the year after. That would be perfection to me. I've actually heard rumors that they might be going into production for a Season 2, but I can't confirm that yet. So, Season 3, Boba will rise. Yes, this is the episode we get to visit our little green friend. Our little green friend. I can't freaking wait. The best piece of Star Wars content this episode is, dude, Sabersmith. I almost forgot that this was the episode it's in. I'm getting chills already thinking about it. I'll dream this. Adam Hunter says, I'll join the stream tomorrow night. Hey, dude, I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a hell of a fun time. It's a fun time in the fandom, man. I'm so excited. Joe says maybe they tease Cad Bane alive in Mandalorian Season 3 at the end of Boba's episode. Yes, I would love that. Maybe just a little Cobb Vanth would be nice. Check up in on him after the Book of Boba kind of post-credits that we see with him there. Crying tears of joy. Oof. I did do watch parties for this show. I was around for the Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, tears galore for sure. Out there. Tell him. Yeah, Cobb Vanth. In Mos Eisley, yeah, anything goes. The Camptonos making a comeback in the Mandalorian universe is so fantastic. I love it, man. They're looking at each other like, let's piece this guy. Cobb Vanth's like, idiots. Go back and tell him, don't F with me. Cobb Vanth had him dead to rights, man. 3 of them dead in less than a second. Better not get lost running spice. So emotional with Luke and Grogu training and the boom Cad Bane. Emotional damage. Think it through. Yeah, right? I freaking love this, man. Leave the spice. Take your Camp Tono. Ooh, excuse me for the yawns. Leave your spice. Take your Camp Tono and get the hell out of here. Omi says, I forgot that Cowboy Dave directed this episode, and I can't wait to see what he does in the Ahsoka show. Me too, man. I kept forgetting he's not directing any of the episodes in the Mandalorian Season 3. But, of course, he is going to be probably the showrunner and have a lot of say in what happens in the Ahsoka show. Hopefully he's directing multiple episodes of that as well. And he directed this episode beautifully, bringing Cad Bane to live action for the first time. Dave is a goat, man. I love when he does Star Wars. Let's go! From the desert comes a stranger. Chapter 6. The N1. I don't know. that planet in the trailers kind of looks like Ossus, which is the planet we see here. I'm just saying. So, one of the craziest theories I have for Season 3 of The Mandalorian is that Din Djarin was never explained why Grogu was dropped off to him in this episode, or in the next episode. Grogu chooses Din here at the end of this episode, and next episode, he just shows up on Tatooine with R2 dropping him off to Peli Motto. Nobody ever tells Din, hey, Grogu's done with his training, he decided to choose you. So one of my craziest theories for Season 3 is that we're going to see Luke Skywalker once again. And Din is going to bring Grogu back to him and be like, yo, is he done with his training? What's going on with this? And Luke's going to tell him what's up. And that might even be how we see the continuation of Grogu's flashback of Order 66, which has been heavily teased in the trailers, in my opinion. I'm looking for Skywalker. R2's like, oh yeah. Before he left Peli's hangar for Beggar's Canyon, did anyone else notice that the Mando theme slowed down on classical strings? Magnificent. I love Williams, but Goranson is a goat. Goranson is fantastic. He's gotten really busy, which is probably why he couldn't do the full Mandalorian Season 3 music. But I love that they brought him back for the themes again and everything. So, oh, the odds are getting real. We still got another episode. Come on, Sheiv. That's alright. This episode's gonna hype me up. It's so cool to see Luke's temples being built. The Builder droids. Whew. Definitely some fun little Dave Filoni stuff he threw in here, I feel like. I just noticed, too, the Builder droids are the same color as R2. I wonder if he's, like, controlling them. Think I missed it, too. Din and Boba theme music mashup is fire. You said it. R2 shut off. They're building him a bench. Here, sit here, dude. Take a nap. Oh my god, they're taking over. Din has come a long way regarding his droid PTSD as a kid. He definitely has. He definitely has come very far. And the main portion of that was at the end of Season 1 of The Mandalorian when Din gets basically his head blown to bits in the back and everything from Moff Gideon, and then IG-11 ends up saving him. That's kind of where the turning point was for Din Djarin, where he starts to really begin to trust droids. But yeah, now he's surrounded by droids, and Din's like, I just want to see my kid. Oh, yeah, man. Chills. The Grogu theme, too. Seeing them up there by that tree. Oh. Chills. Grogu! Hey, channel members, throw your Grogus in the chat. Grogu's like, food. Must meditate. Luke looks so freaking good in this, man. I can't believe they could do this. Like, it is still mind-blowing today. The music in Bad Batch has been on point. Ooh, the Kiner brothers. The Kiners do amazing with all the music. Luke. Grogu. Ugly crying again. Sabersmith. No. Dawn says this is why IG-11 being revived into a mech is so important. It is. God, it's so crazy. It is literally magic. ILM, you psycho sons of... Oh. This is so cool too with Luke and the frogs. Luke's theme in The Mandalorian is incredible too, man. Yeah, Sabersmith. I've only watched this episode a handful of times for the exact same reason, man. He does look fantastic. Grogu's face. Whoa. He's almost like shook by it. He's like, whoa, can I do that? See, Grogu is really struggling without Din too. That's... I love that they give us an episode in the Book of Boba Fett where Din is struggling and then Grogu is struggling. He gets the choice to go back to Din and he chooses it. I know it's only 2 episodes, but it's like almost 2 full hours that we get of Grogu and Din off without each other, you know? Not to mention all the time that's passed in between this. Excuse me. Oh, man. The Yoda reference gets me every time in both shows. Grogu's like, nah, fam. I love the stuff that Luke talks to him about, too. Oh, and the Order 66 flashback, man. This is important, I think, for Season 3, too, because it really seems like they've been showing that Order 66 flashbacks is coming back. We're going to see it again, I think. I need tissues too. Oh, I definitely think it's the same scene. Maybe it's not the same scene and it's a different one, but a lot of people ask, who do you think saved Grogu in Order 66 during Order 66? I don't think Grogu got saved, if I'm being honest. I think he got nabbed. It looks like in his eyes there even that the clones grab him, but I don't know. Obviously, it cut shorts there a little bit. Luke is such a great teacher in this too, man. Luke force pulling him while they walk is just, I can't. I know. I know, man. I definitely hear you. Thank God I'm by myself watching because I don't want anybody to understand why I'm smiling while crying. Well, I'm doing it in front of all of you. I'm holding the tears back. Ahsoka, though. I was so shook when I saw Ahsoka in this show for the first time. I definitely did not expect to see her. I wonder if R2 hit up Ahsoka and was like, yo, yeah, R2 brought you to me instead, so he did. R2, you sly dog. Rolls of paper towels. Yeah. I'm an old friend of the family. It's so hard. Don't do that to me. I wonder if R2 is even afraid of the connection that Jedi can have from seeing it with Anakin. I mean, Luke obviously is kind of, I don't even know if you could say perfected it, but Brendan Tran says Jocasta Nu or Master Sinube are the Jedi that maybe could have saved Grogu. If any of them did, I think that could be a strong case, but I don't think any of them did. An old friend of the family. Do you think Palps took him to Tantus? I do. One of my Grogu theories that I have here on the channel is that I think Grogu was taken by the stormtroopers, or the clone troopers, I guess, at the time, and I think he was actually taken to Mount Tantus to be used for the purpose of cloning. There he is. Din. Oh, he sees him. The music playing too. I do think it's possible Grogu's on Mount Tantus after Order 66, though, and I would love to see the Bad Batch end up rescuing. The Bad Batch is going to be airing alongside The Mandalorian for the next 5 weeks here, with 2 episodes dropping on that 5th week alongside The Mandalorian. So we're getting 3 episodes of Star Wars in the same night. I don't think that's ever happened before. It's going to be a crazy night. I would love if during that night we see Mount Tantus and we see the Bad Batch end up rescuing Grogu. I think it would be so cool. No wonder he didn't want a lightsaber. Who? Wait, that one went over my head. The armor will protect him. I love that Din goes all this way, is thinking about him. There you go. He really wants to see his kid. Yeah, I came all this way, and yet he's still willing to go. Yeah. Oh. Din is struggling so hard without his little dude. I love this, man. So sad. He's like, please protect my kid. I forgot he saw the leg limp from last episode a little bit too. He's like, Din is really sad, man. R2 has witnessed or been a part of all of these huge moments. Dude, he has, OG. He's seen the craziest stuff, man. Oh, and Grogu on the back of Luke. That's one of my favorite Funko Pops from recently that came out from this show. So glad I got this. Grogu on the back of Luke. Look at that. That little baby first bump is always adorable. It is. The little fist bump. His little jump. That's all you got? Do it. Use the Force. Grogu after experiencing Order 66. Yeah. Yeah, no wonder he didn't want a lightsaber. He watched everybody else with lightsaber get gunned down. Yes. Don't try, do. Grogu and Luke is so cool, man. So freaking cool. The Empire vibes are real. Are you still together, Smith? I'm about to fall apart. Crap, this episode. Right. Ah, dude, I love that theory, Brandon. That Grogu is the secret love child of Yoda and Yaddle. Probably not. I would love if he's at least Yaddle's kid. But yeah, I don't know. The Jedi actually did make an exception to some of their members having wives or going on to have children because of their species potentially being endangered, I guess you could say, or having less members of their species in the galaxy. You know what I mean? Not having as many of them. So with Ki-Adi-Mundi, I like to call him Toilet Head because of the old Lego games. Ki-Adi-Mundi is actually one of the exceptions in the Jedi Order. He was allowed to have like multiple wives in order to help repopulate his species. Luke practicing his training forms while Grogu is training. Oh, it's so cool. Grogu's like mesmerized by it too. I love it. Love the callback to Empire Strikes Back. Me freaking too, OG. I can't handle it, I swear. Sheiv, I'll only watch this episode with you. After tonight, I can't for a while. Well, it's a good time, too, before The Mandalorian Season 3, at least. And it's okay. We probably won't watch it on the channel for a while again, either. And I'm sure the next time I see it, I'm going to be bawling. I like the way you think, Dawn. Yeah, Dawn is an absolute G. She says, or he was the chosen one that the Force created in Yaddle to counteract the false one, Anakin, created by Sith power. I mean, I think it's been debunked that Palpatine created Anakin, or that Plagueis potentially did as well. I'm not sure. Oh, there you go, Grogu. Nice little flip. Yeah, Grogu, jump around like Yoda does. I hope we get some more of jumping being Grogu in Season 3. Yeah. Run, Grogu. Oh no, no, don't do this to me. Dave. I'm still mad at you, Dave. I can't believe you didn't show us their first meeting. Haha, Grogu's got that force knock on the lockdown. Let's go. So many callbacks from the original trilogy and Clone Wars. Dave was just showing off in this episode. Of course, Ahsoka would say that. Sometimes the student guides the master. cheerier planet than Dagobah? A lot cheerier. Luke's like, what? Alright then. I can't with that line, Dave. I'm not even saying it. You're messed up, Dave Filoni. I freaking hope so. I hope we see them together again. I want to see the flashback of the two of them talking together, or at least a moment of that. Man, we better see that first meeting, man. I think that really was the moment that he decided to give him the choice, though. He was given the chainmail and told that it was a gift for Grogu, and he even says there, I wonder if his heart is in it. You know what I mean? Like, Grogu's starting to get the hang of his training, getting the use of his force powers, remembering, really, as Luke said. He doesn't really have all that much he can teach him in aspects of the force. It's like, I'm sure he could teach him more for sure. Don't get me wrong. This is Luke Skywalker we're talking about. But, I mean, Grogu's struggling kind of without Din. Din struggling without Grogu. It just makes sense that they choose to go back to each other in the show. I still don't know exactly what Ahsoka meant with that father line. I was going to say the same thing. But I think it's just because, like, Anakin's always, like, looking in all the little details. He would have probably said that about Ahsoka maybe at one point. Like, I'm not sure if her heart's in there. You know what I mean? Obviously, Ahsoka, that's a little different of a situation. Black K, you look so damn good in this show. Boba, let's go. I am Boba Fett. Recovering. Bring on the bounty hunters. Let's go. Ah, man, I would love to see the Luke Ahsoka meeting in the Ahsoka show, man. He has 30 to 40 years with Din at 800 to be a Jedi. That was the real choice Luke gave him. It wasn't an ultimatum at all. That is true. He can spend some time with Din. Yeah, Din Djarin. Boba looked at Fennec like, yo, Din? Alright. Hey, that's a crate dragon scroll. The Jawas are running around with it. I forgot about that. Yeah, Brandon, I would love to hear all the conversations they have about the Clone Wars, about Anakin in particular, Padme. I'm sure Ahsoka could have told Luke a whole spiel of things, man. I don't like this guy that's on screen right now. He's, yeah. Cad gave him what he deserved. Yeah, Grogu can always go back to Luke if he wants. We know he probably won't, though. That's the thing. We know that Grogu probably won't go back to Luke anytime soon because of what's coming with the sequels down the line. A comment. Cobb Van's jealous of his ship because he's like, I got a speeder little thing. That's a badass ship. More careful. I love Cobb Vanth, man. It's so cool to see him with Din all the time. And Cobb's like, yeah, sure, buy me a drink, Din. Tell him, Din. I wonder if Brendan Wayne does the talking lines like the Darth Vader actor used to do. God, I can't remember his name now. Freetown. Yeah. So in the Aftermath novels, at some point, Mos Pelgo is Freetown, or they call it Freetown anyways, so it's cool that they can make that little change in the Book of Boba. What I wouldn't give to see Ahsoka and Luke go ham versus Thrawn's henchmen. Yes. Please, Obi-Wan. That big smile of yours can let you get away with anything. I can't wait to see Cobb Vanth again whenever he's out of that bacta chamber. It looked like he was going to get modded up a little bit, which, hey man, Mod Vanth sounds pretty cool to me. I can't wait with the open the door theme, the Ahsoka theme behind it. I don't even know if I noticed that. Cad Bane has entered the chat. Yes, he has. Or he's about to soon. From the desert comes a stranger. Whoo! This was such a hype episode, man. I was screaming Cad Bane. Oh, man. So cool. Dave, you dirty dog. The way he does this episode is so good. Oh, the Book of Boba does not deserve any of the hate it gets. I don't like it, man. It's so good. I don't like it. Oh, you know it's gonna end bad with with Vanth as soon as Cad shows up, man. Oh, this guy. Deputy, go back inside. Cad Bane's first live action appearance in this episode was terrifying. Gave me chills. Glad Corey Burton reprised his role besides animation, right? He did so good with the voice as always. I gotta say, I love Cad Bane's look in live action. For the fact he would be around 70 years old, really, for a Duros, which is quite old for them. He looks fantastic. I love the transition for him. Oh, yes, and that iconic voice, man. Corey Burton's the GOAT. Oh, I do hope we get more Cad Bane in live action. We'll match yours. Oh, it's so freaking cool. Not the damn deputy. Look at Cobb. He's like, this guy. Stupid deputy. those beating red eyes. He looks so good. He is quite terrifying, too. Desert Tristan, go back inside. The block is hot. If I were you. So good. Those eyes in live action are nightmare fuel. Yeah. They're like lava burning inside. I love his look. He's a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire. That's definitely true. I want to know how Cad Bane knew about the armor. I mean, he probably knows that Boba had it. That's really why, but I wonder how he knew Cobb Vanth had it before. I did not know that the deputy is Tem's stunt double. That's hilarious. Oh, God. I like he shoots the deputy first, doesn't he? The deputy. Look at it. Good, bad, and the ugly. Dave Filoni, you darn beast. Oh, he shoots Cobb first, and then the deputy like 3 times. Good. Good job. Way to go, Cad Bane. Get Tristan back out of here. To the Syndicate. I love Cad Bane, man. That dude's so cool. Gotta be one of the coolest Star Wars characters maybe ever. Later, Desert Tristan. Cobb Vanth will return as a cyborg like Fennec Shand and since Boba shot him. Boba kind of stabbed him more than anything. He does have the little blinking red lights. He's got a little bit of cybernetics going on already with him. I think the Cad Bane died, but it's possible he could still be out there. I mean, the red blinking light should be kind of an indication that he could be out there still. But if it's not that he's alive, I wonder what the red blinking light is going to lead to. It's been a big question of mine. I shot the sheriff, and then I shot the deputy like 5 times in the face. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don. And I also shot the deputy. He is 71 years old. He lived a full life. He lived beyond a full life for the Duros. That's about like the average lifespan for the Duros. He definitely lived a full life indeed. AZ tracked him to pick him up. I don't think it was AZ. AZ's the dude that runs around with the Bad Batch. I think it was the other guy. I don't think that one's named AZ, is it? Toto 360 is Cad Bane's droid. I would love if Toto saved him. That would be. If there's any theory out there, I would love if the Ranking Blood Light is just Toto coming to save Cad Bane and drag him into the mod shop. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. I forgot about that scene. It's a crazy way to end this episode. That's right. That's not how they end the episode. I will say the most effed up thing that Dave does in this whole episode, and he does a lot of effed up stuff to us, emotionally, that is. The fact he makes Grogu choose between Din Djarin, essentially, and Beskar Chainmail, and then becoming a Jedi and having Yoda's lightsaber. If I was Grogu, I probably would have picked Yoda's lightsaber, if I'm being real. And then I would have said, screw you guys, I'm going back to Din. He's like, ooh. I'm still mad they killed off Garza. Garza, ooh, me too. I can't believe they put Yoda's lightsaber in it. It's a lightsaber. He's like, oh. Yeah, the Yoda ones always get me. He's like, I'm gonna take both. What? Yeah, that's messed up, Luke. It really mirrors the choice that Luke has in a lot of ways. Continue his training with Yoda, or go back to save his loved ones, or be with it. He essentially the same, because Grogu ends up going back to save his loved ones. It's so much like Empire in that way, and the choice that Luke is giving him. It's a lifetime for someone else. That makes me sad to think about too. I saw something on Twitter before this stream where it basically showed a bunch of moments with Grogu and Din, and it said, a short time for you is a lifetime for someone else. I'm not going to be able to live with myself after Din Djarin passes away, and Grogu has to kind of live on after that, man. It's going to come one day, and I'm not ready for it. Dave Filoni might be the best episode of Star Wars ever. And that's saying something, because you put Luke Skywalker at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. You know what I mean? Episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett will go down in history as one of the craziest things we've ever seen in Star Wars. We get the return of live-action Cad Bane, Luke and Grogu going on adventures together, Din Djarin joining up with Boba Fett, and the choice between Beskar chainmail and Yoda's lightsaber. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Not to mention, we had Black Chrysanthemum. Ahsoka was in the freaking episode. Cobb Vanth. There's so many cool characters in this. It's so crazy that they were able to pull this off, man. Did you know that Luke got Yoda's saber? Did Yoda have it on Dagobah? Star Wars MCU OG. So real quick, I'm going to exit the episode, pull up the finale to the Book of Boba Fett, episode 7, chapter 7. It is a hour and 2 minutes, hour 1 minute and 19 seconds. So we're in for a long one with this finale. But to your point there, do we know how Luke got Yoda's saber? Did Yoda have it on Dagobah? So as far as I understand, Yoda had 2 sabers. And we don't really see that, obviously. Palpatine had 2 sabers at one point, we know for sure. But Yoda, it seems like, most likely had 2 sabers. I'm pretty sure he lost his lightsaber, actually, during his fight with Palpatine during Order 66. And that saber ends up getting thrown into a furnace in a Darth Vader comics, kind of symboling the end of the Jedi Order as Masamita throws Yoda's lightsaber into the flames. So he must have had another one. And what we basically come to find out after this episode is that Yoda likely had 2 lightsabers, and one of them, I think in one of the other comics, was placed on Dagobah in his hut somewhere, and Luke ended up finding it at some point and then bringing it to Grogu and offering it to him. So that's as far as we know how Luke got Yoda's lightsaber. He found it at his hut back on Dagobah. We don't know. I don't know exactly when. I don't know if they ever really showed that in any of the comics or anything. But that is, as far as I understand, how Luke got it and was able to offer it up to Grogu. And I think it's such a cool little tidbit that Dave was able to throw in there. Even if they had the canon comics showing that the lightsaber was thrown into a furnace at one point, I thought it was really cool the way they did it. How did Luke have Yoda's saber if Yoda lost it in the duel with Palpatine? So yeah, that's my best explanation for it. At least an extra on Dagobah, I guess. That is as far as I understand. And Don says, "Yep, Luke chose his friend over further training, just like Grogu did. So hopefully, at some point, Grogu can continue some of his Jedi training. I mean, he did have a lot of it back at the temple, at least like, what, 10, 15, 20 years worth. So he definitely got some of that unlocked a little bit. Hopefully we get a little bit more of that Force unlock here. And again, notice in this last episode here as we get into it, it's never explained to Din Djarin why Grogu returns. So I'm hoping still, I'm holding out hope that in season 3 of The Mandalorian, Grogu is going to get taken back to Luke to kind of explain that he chose Din over becoming a Jedi, at least for the moment. You know what I mean? So let's get this last episode, the finale of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 7, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Oh, there it is. Let's go. Last episode. Don, yup. Sabersmith says, I made it through this episode. Phew, third time is not the charm. My dog is sitting here staring at me, wondering why I'm upset. Sucking in the tears. I'm ready for the finale. Let's go. It's alright. My dog get crazy sometimes too, so I feel it. I'm just kidding. If she was in here, she would be staring at me like, why are you crying? Yoda can't have 2 lightsabers. Yes, he can, Dale. I think he made a second at some point, is what they explain in the comics. Doesn't mean he necessarily fights with 2. Palpatine, we never thought had a second saber, but he did. They were identical. If I remember right, Yoda uses Qui-Gon's cloak as a blanket on Dagobah as well. I think I've heard that somewhere before, Obi-Wan. I'm not sure about if that's true, but I've heard it before. I'm all for it if it is true. Oh, my back. That usually happens after a couple hours of streaming. Alright, let's get in this last one. This episode's pretty lit, and I want you guys here to focus on the connection between Din Djarin and Boba Fett, and of course Grogu's return as well. Gonna be big for season 3, I think. Team up time, folks. Let's go. Boba's like, free. All right. Oof. Freetown, no, they have my word. I love this, man. It kind of shows that Boba's not really the best boss. He's not all about the money, but he's worried about the people, man, and that makes him a good boss in my eyes. It's just they can't really run a full operation if they're not bringing credits like that either. I do like that the mods kind of stand up for the city there. And Boba's all about the city at this point. So he's like, all right, You're speaking facts. I will say the whole point of the mods, kind of, in my opinion, is that they're not really the best protection, and that's the whole point, is that Boba needs some protection, which is why he hires Din Djarin, or why Fennec Shand does, at least. Cad Bane. Boba is a leader, not a boss. At least that's what I thought. He is the leader. He's kind of trying to be like a mob boss, though. That's the whole kind of thing with this season, in my opinion, is he's trying to become a mob boss, or like, you know, a crime lord, I guess you could say. And he's like, you know, this isn't really my thing. And he is a better leader than the mob boss, you know what I mean? I think Robert Rodriguez plays Mok Shaiz, the mayor there, who's an Ithorian, right? Damn. That's right. So the Pike Syndicate is the ones that killed off Boba's Tusken family. Or his Tusken tribe. Chewbacca is his protection, along with Fennec. Yeah, Black Chrysanthemum is Boba's protection as well. But I mean, that's two people, man. Fennec's more of a partner. The yawns are taking over. Not gonna lie, seeing Alpha and Black Chrysanthemum in Omega with Gunji is very poetic. Bro, I didn't even think about that. That's so cool. That's actually freaking sick, Omi-Wan. Draw Fett out. Dun 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 dun. In the Name of Honor, Chapter 7. Let's go! Oh, see? This is what I'm talking about. Pay attention. No pilot. I was shook the first time that it was just R2 flying. There's a reason that it's... I mean, maybe it's because Luke's CGI cost so much money. I don't know. But the fact that it's just R2 that drops him off is weird. And there's gotta be a reason for it. There's gotta be a reason for it. I think that it's going to lead to the fact that no one tells anyone why Grogu's there, why he's getting dropped off. He just gets dropped off to Peli. She even thinks it's an officer. That's the smallest little officer you'll ever see. Oh my goodness, it's Grogu! Officer Grogu. Oh, Grogu's happy to see her too. I know an astromech flew the ship. Everybody thought it was Pedro's voice, but it was Roddy. Yeah, it was Roddy. I knew it was Roddy. I remember when they told us it was Roddy that was Mok Shaiz. There's a trio. Now they need a droid. Luke calling Grogu and R2 Uber is comedy, says Omi-Wan. I will say, Don came up with a great idea that maybe R2 just took Grogu without him. But then again, he's with the chainmail. It probably was Luke just sending him. But R2 here even seems like he's in a bit of a rush. He's like, I gotta get out of here. See? It's never explained, though, why he's dropped off. Obviously, we know as the audience, but who tells Din? Who tells Peli? Nobody. That's my whole thing. I got this crazy theory for season 3 that we're gonna see Luke again because Mando doesn't even know why Grogu's there. Maybe I'm crazy, but please, you guys are watching here. You tell me. R2 used to fly alone all the time in the Clone Wars, so not unreasonable. No, yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. He went to save Anakin and Mace Windu in a Boba Fett arc of the Clone Wars, actually. That's hilarious. Oh, excuse me. I'm probably making all of you guys yawn now. Alright, we got Chrysanthemum guarding one area. The mods are kind of driving around checking things out. I like that you see all the species, though. The Klatooinians, they're all around and kind of spread throughout the city, and you can see them in the background. Grogu conned R2 into bringing him back. Remember, R2 is in a big hurry to get back. Exactly, Don. So maybe Grogu, wasn't supposed to be taken back to Din quite yet, and he goes to R2 and is like, "Hey, R2, can you take me back to Din?" And R2's like, "All right, get in the ship real quick. We'll go. I'll go take you." I like it. I like it, Don. Crime Lord Fett. Oh, yeah. This episode is actual hype for me. Rancor. Dude, I love the Cad Bane versus Boba thing. I wanted a rematch between the two of them since the unfinished Clone Wars arc. I was definitely happy with what I got. Oof. On behalf of the spikes. Oh, the spikes. Sheiv, what is you saying? John, stop it. I'm sorry, talented Mr. Griffin. I love that. That's right, he dealt with them. Uh-oh. He's wearing Beskar. He'll be alright. Wonder if Black Chrysanthemum asks for the Trandoshan part of town. Yeah, probably. He wanted to rip some arms off today. Yes. Din will take Grogu back to find out why his training wasn't finished, even if it was just a momentary meeting. Exactly. I think so too, Don. I don't know if he's going to stick with Luke for very long, but I would love for them to go back to Luke and have Luke kind of explain, like, what's up, and then kind of finish off the flashbacks and unlock a little bit more of Grogu's Force abilities. I think it would be poetic as hell. I love it. Right now. We don't need arms, right? Nah. Fennec's fought him before. She definitely knows. She's like, don't underestimate. You fought him too. Come on. And of course, the first meeting between Boba and and Cad Bane ends with the two of them getting a dent in their head. Cad Bane's like, I didn't go soft, son. Din and Luke need to have a combo just by themselves. Yo, I really like the Luke teaching Din how to use the Darksaber theory. I don't think it'll happen, but I would love for that. If they go to Luke, Din gets some training with the Darksaber, Grogu a little bit more in the Force, and unlocking that full kind of flashback and memory of Order 66. It would be awesome. Fennec's the strategist that Boba needs. Love them as a duo. Yeah, Aaron, I actually love their pairing too. Something feels off. No! The people are taking over. That's right. So Boba tried to make a deal with all of these dudes, and they turn on him. Oh, he calls Black Chrysanthemum Santi. That's right. Black Chrysanthemum Santo. I love it. Maybe Luke will know some lore on the Darksaber. That would be cool. He's maybe read something in the Jedi archives about it, right? Uh-oh. Those Gamorrean guards are going to get taken out. Yeah, Black Chrysanthemum definitely wanted the Trandoshan part of town. Ah. Ow. No. The Gamorreans getting killed is the most messed up part, man. Their squeals. No. Oh, sorry. The yawns are taking over. Yeah, the Bad Batch episode with Gungi and the Trandoshans was fire. I love to see more Wookiees versus Trandoshans. It's always a fun time seeing that. Santo is awesome. Black Chewbacca. Black Chewbacca Chrysanthemum. Santo Chrysanthemum. Oh yeah, I love his knuckle dusters too. Oof. Get off me. No, the Trandoshans are taking over. Brandon says, seeing the Bad Batch and Gungi go to Kashyyyk in Bad Batch Season 2 was an epic callback to the unfinished Yoda's good relations with the Wookiee arc. It actually was an unfinished arc for the Bad Batch in the Clone Wars as well. And it definitely was a cool, like, conclusion to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, coming up, the cringiest spin in Star Wars. Indeed. Don't hurt the Wookiee. No. Nice. Who was that shooting? Boom. Got him. Should have done the Wilhelm scream right there. That would have been great. Fennec. Damn, she's a good shot. Then Din can go find his brother, or rather, half-brother. Yeah. Ezra Bridger? Or do you mean Din Bridger? Oh, the yawns need to stop. Oh no, Din. There are too many of them. What are we going to do? I got an idea. Hey, yo, I just realized, I know Din's not really used to using the Darksaber at this point, But he doesn't use it at all during this fight, does he? He shoulda. He definitely shoulda. Me and the Wookiees go way back. First piece of Star Wars merch I own. Sabersmith, that's so dope. I love Chewbacca. Gunji's one of my favorite Jedi too. I love that dude. Not like all time, but I love that guy, man. Gunji is so cool. Sorry, Mike. I'm with you until we both fall. I think this is one of the most important scenes in the show. Good. I truly think, you know, since a child, Boba Fett lost his father and was looking for belonging in the galaxy. He thought that maybe, you know, being a bounty hunter like his dad taught him to be was the life that he was supposed to be living. Gets, you know, a dent from Cad Bane. Every kind of connection he makes within bounty hunting kind of leads to nothingness. And then eventually, like many of the bounty hunters in Star Wars, he ends up dead in the sands of Tatooine in particular. But he ends up dead in the sand. And he gets a new life crawling out of the Sarlacc, finds a new family with the Tuskens, kind of creates this connection to Tatooine. Of course, his family and tribe with the Tuskens get murdered, just like his dad was, except by the Pikes. And now defending his town and his people and the planet that he now cares about with Din Djarin, a Mandalorian, is going to lead him to his next connection and becoming a Mandalorian, I think. Who would win in a fight, in a bounty hunter fight between Black Chrysanthemum and Bosk? My money's on Chrysanthemum, but let me know what you guys think in the chat. Boba's looking at him like, what? I love that Boba does this, and then it's kind of like a Godfather, like, this part's awesome. The Book of Boba Fett right here. BK all day. I'm with you, talented Mr. Griffin. Gunji has the coolest saber. That wooden hilt is fire. Dude, for real, though. My money's on Chrysanthemum. Mine too, Aaron. That's where I go. Oh. Screw Obadiah, that's what I gotta say. Tatooine territories. I love this part. He's like, I'm just the messenger. Nothing. I offer you nothing. Flourish with the flower fields. Bodies of your dead. Oh, that's got to be one of the hardest Star Wars lines since the comics with Darth Vader. Let's go! This is what I'm talking about. Boba and Din's connection here, fighting together side by side. They look so badass! As for Djarin, Sheiv needs an espresso? I do, actually. I need to get a new computer first. I love seeing this scene and the two of them just taking people out, using their Beskar to shield each other. Using all the full stops. Boba's using his knee rockets. I think Din Djarin uses his whistling birds. They pull out all the stops against these guys. Happy tears indeed, Sabersmith. Knee rockets. The whistling birds. Yes. Oh, Boba's like, I got one of those. Oh, we both got him. Shoot him like 4 times as he's falling. Yee, they big time bros now. Brothers in Mandalorian arms. Oh, that sounded different. Who was that? Oh my goodness, the people of Freetown. Let's go. I love that it's the weak way bartender. I love it. Move. Freetown to the rescue. These damn yawns. The mods in those pea shooters. I like that they make you think Cobb Vanth's dead the whole episode too, and then in the finale, or in the little, post-credit scene. Oh yeah, the mods. The bartender looks like the Toxic Avenger. Those movies were funny. I'm dead. Let's go, Stars Obsession. Good to see you in the chat, my dude. Oh yeah, Chrysanthemum. Get off me, Pikes. Get off me, son. Boom. Oh, I forgot about that. That's so hard. Dude, Chrysanthemum really eats those bullets, man. It's almost like he's wearing Beskar. Black K. Oh, his foot looks hella broken. Ow. Not Santo. I love how the two guys in Beskar go to kind of protect him. That's awesome. I owe you a nice long soak in the Bacta. Oh, I forgot about these. These are giant droidica. Doesn't Black K have enhancements? Almost like a cyborg? I think he does. The black knuckle dusters he got are, I think, embedded into his body, if I'm not mistaken. Real problems. I forgot they have the force fields, too. These things are giant droidicas. The sound when the bullets hit it. That's so cool. Oh yeah, Boba. You can do it. Nope. Just kidding. Doesn't do diddly squat. So I love the cool thing that they show with this. The way to beat these kind of force fields. They actually show you in the Clone Wars, and Anakin and Ahsoka teach Saw Gerrera how to do it. You basically gotta roll the grenades real slow through their shields at like a certain speed or like a certain way. Skynet is here. The droids are taking over. Whoo! Yep, there is that term again, the gotcha. That thing's been popping up all over the Star Wars landscape lately, especially in the Mandoverse. Oh yeah, I love he uses his jetpack to kind of help fight. That's sick. Din, the flamethrower's not gonna do nothing. There's the Darksaber, so I forgot he does use it. Dang, that force field can stop a lightsaber? Dang, that was close. Oh, yeah. Go get him, Boba. Din says you you don't have any more friends. Enter Pet Rancor. That's man's best friend right there. Run, Din Djarin, run! At least he could lead one away. You can do it, Black Chrysanthemum. Dang, these things are overpowered. Now there are two of them. Oh, the worst spin in Star Wars history. Let me just... I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. See? Grogu. Turn around. Where's Grogu hiding in there? In the blanket? It must be. The mod spin. Spin move. Those are more effective in basketball? I'll have to ask Star Wars Santa about that. He knows a thing about basketball, I think. That spin is so Robert Rodriguez. Oh. Spy Kids a little bit. Tears again, I know. Sucking in the tears. It's coming. It's coming. Do you think could Mace Windu return as the main villain in the Book of Boba Fett season 2, or would it retcon his death to Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith? I've always been in the camp that there's room for not Boba Fett, but for Mace Windu to return once again. I mean, if he was so shocked. Oh my god. Oh, I love that hug. See? It's never explained to him. He does see the chainmail, but you got the shirt. Oh, I'm not crying. You're crying. As far as Mace Windu, though, I've always been in the camp that there's room for him to return and have survived, but the Force works in mysterious ways. See, that's the most of an explanation he gets. It's never explained to Din. Catch Grogu! Dad of the year, this man is. Oh, Pelly lost a tooth. I forgot about that. I love that Pelly knows about the Force. A lot of characters do, a lot of characters don't. Or they've heard of it and don't think it's real, you know. Yes, talk about another moment. That's actually hilarious that was Amy's idea to spit out the tooth. Brandon says it's never too late. Samuel L. Jackson believes Mace survived his fall. Mace can definitely survive those falls. It would be awesome to have Boba Fett go after him, but I'd rather see like Omega or something else in Boba season 2. I'd love to see his like development as a character in Mandalorian and kind of some flashbacks to his father even. That would be really cool. I still think there is definitely room for him to be, you know, fight against Mace Windu at some point, but I don't know when. Dang, these things are damn near indestructible. I like how Din figures this out with the little red part in the back. The Rancor is taking over. Damn. Excellent. Right in the brain. That works every time. I'd like to see Boba go out on a new path. Figures out where he fits in after the Sarlacc incident. Me too. I do think that's possible at some point. I think he's going to become a Mandalorian still, but... I love this. Grogu always wants the balls. Because this thing has balls in its leg, Grogu pulls the ball out and destroys it. I love it. Give me that ball, my guy. I've been training with Luke Skywalker. Yay! He took one of the little bolts. That's so cute. Good job, Grogu. Yeah, Rancor smash. Move aside, folk hustler. Coming through. Do it. Yes. The little Palpy reference there. Do it. Rip off its head. The Rancor, yes! Let's go! Alright. I'm used to desert hunting. Can't miss over this range. The people of Freetown and the mods working together. Boba riding a Rancor is a thing of beauty. I love the setup for it throughout the season 2. It's such a cool moment. It really is. And then I love the Grogu and Rancor moment even more. It's so cool. Speaking of Rancors. Oh yeah. Sit down. I am Boba Fett, and this is my Rancor. Let's go! Moment of silence. Destroy it! Come on! Ow! Hey, that's my Rancor. I know it's not Moochie, but love seeing the Rancor go all Hulk smash. Yeah, I kind of wish it was Moochie from the Bad Batch too. That would add another connection between Boba and Omega. But oh man, it's still badass to see. Come here, you. Ah. Stop messing up my Rancor. Ow. Let's go. Who knew Danny was the Rancor Whisperer? Right? Let's go. Delicious. I'm gonna take this leg. Slam. Aurora Uplinks, welcome in. I haven't really watched all of it, but you know who they should put into the Mandalorian? Lumpy? Lumpy. Welcome in, by the way, Aurora. I mean, maybe Luffy from One Piece? That would be kind of cool. I am not a threat. Oh, yeah, she's into some weird stuff. Oh my god, that's a Wookiee? Oh, I'm all for Lumpy. Give me some Lumpy. He's from the holiday special. That's awesome. I would love to see some Lumpy. It's Chewie's son? That's awesome. Lumpy Baka, that makes sense. Oh no. Cad Bane has arrived. That's an OG fan right there if you know some Lumpy. Everybody knows Lumpy in the chat but me. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I don't think I've seen the holiday special before. I know, I'm such a terrible fan. I've heard so many things. I've tried to watch it before. It's never happened. Sheiv is a fake fan. He hasn't seen the holiday special. What's your angle? Oh, I love this fight, man. Like the Tuscans. Oh, you know that made Boba pissed. That may be. But I have my armor. Plot armor! Let's find out. The holiday special is a rite of passage. Saw it on YouTube. It's certainly special. It is a rite of passage. I've tried. I promise you guys, I've tried about as much as I've tried. Back the tank. I've tried to watch the holiday special like I tried to watch Resistance. You know, I at least got through most of the first season of Resistance and was like, it's not for me. You need to eat... You need to eat something and talk to someone while watching the holiday special. It's unique. Okay, I'll have to do it with you guys one day. Minute. Rips off his helmet. I love this fight, man. My final lesson is weakness. Boom! Ah, with the Boba Fett music too. Get that gun out of here. And that angry looking face, man. We're a killer. I have a clip of this fight on my channel. Half of the comments, and it has like stupid amount of views. It's so funny to me. Half of the comments are about the auto-tune of Cad Bane dying. It's like his last breath. He's got breathing tubes. Of course there's a little auto-tune in there. Resistance is not forgivable. Oh. I'm not a fan of Resistance, unfortunately. What else did you guys say? Kyle Katarn, Darth Malak, and General Coda are characters from Legends who should return to Legends. I'm down to see them all in canon. Resistance is hard to get through, especially the first time. It has its moments here and there. Aaron, I've heard that a lot. I don't hate Resistance by any means. I'm not a hater. Boba! Yeah, I love that fight. For 71, Cad still has the moves. He does, Sabersmith. He's an absolute boss. Cad shouldn't have died. Sad. Maybe he was working with Boba to fake his death? Death by blunt force is a bit too easy to fake. So the other thing is, the other half of the comments, if they're not about Cad Bane's auto-tune, they're about Cad Bane surviving. The little red blinking light that we see here coming up gives us an indication he could have. You know what I mean? And originally I had a bet with my good friend Star Wars Santa that Boba would kill Cad Bane during the Book of Boba Fett. That was way before the show even started. Obviously, we know what happens. Technically, Cad Bane is killed by Boba, but the red blinking light made just a little bit of ambiguity in there that maybe Cad Bane survived. So part of me hopes that Cad Bane's dead. Part of me really wants to see him again in The Mandalorian Season 3 or in the Book of Boba Season 2. Ow. Din is getting messed up in this episode. Dang it, microphone. I'm not convinced he's dead either, but it would be nice for my bet. I wouldn't mind if they took the Dark Forces games and did a movie trilogy, slightly rewriting it. Hey, I'm down for it. Grogu always trying to protect Din. I love that he's so, like, I can't wait to see him in Season 3. Freaking beast control, man. Ugh, Grogu's the GOAT. Yes, we should do a watch party. Just don't spoil it. I feel like you have to, Don. Ah, this moment's so good. This moment's a tearjerker for me. Chills. Man, that's a good scene. I cannot wait to see some more progression of this little guy. And then he takes the little nappies next to him. Oh, Grogu's the goat. And Din's like, damn, again? Saved me from the Mudhorn and now the Rancor. Oh, I cannot wait for season 3 tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be so good. Every time they give me some Din and Grogu, I feel blown away all over again, man. I never noticed Din has little rocket blasters on his knee, too. Rancor and Grogu are besties now. If you do a watch party for the holiday special, I'm in. It probably won't be anytime soon with all that I got going on in the next couple of weeks. Oh, snuggles. Yeah, give me the stormtrooper helmets on the spikes. Let's go. Throw some Pike helmets on there too. 24.7 hours. Let's go. Almost 24 hours until our watch party. Andor's writers are doing Dark Forces. Could be magic. I'm down for it. If Kyle Katarn becomes canon again, Ryan Reynolds, Zachary Levi, or Chris Evans are my top picks. That would be dope. That would be dope. So hype! Oh, I love this scene. Fennec is always looking out for Boba. It's pretty cool to see. I saw episodes 1 through 3 and 11. I need to watch the rest, but I really loved 11. It was all good, though. Of which one? Of Andor? Andor's lit, man. Dang, she really hung Sheiv. Fennec is a crazy one. Let's go, TikTok. My body is ready. It's so close. I can taste it. Tastes like epicness. Let's go. Fennec's a beast. Taking care of business. Alright, here's this kind of last couple scenes. I think these are vastly important for the future of Boba's character, as well as maybe what we could see with him in season 3 of Mandalorian. Yes, definitely some claps for that stuff. And I love that Gonky keeps walking around. It's such a different, unique Gonk. It's got a little clear head, it looks like. We see some Melu runs here in a sec. And Boba is ruling with respect. I love Ten's smile with the denture. He looks great. It's being used. Yeah, that's right. Bowing and shooting. My only two choices. Melu Run! My absolute favorite Star Wars fruit, since I am a Star Wars Rebels simp. Then who? The mods and Chrysanthemum. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. The setup for the continuation of Boba's story. I feel like this is kind of all set up throughout this entire season for Boba's story. These are the people that are going to take over Tatooine after he's gone, as well as, I think, Cobb Vanth. And I think his story is now set up with him kind of finding belonging with Din Djarin and a Mandalorian. I think Boba's going to become a Mandalorian in The Mandalorian Season 3. And then we get this last scene hyping up Season 3. Let's go! Let me get some hype in the chat. Let's go! Grogu banging on the... I like that he still has the ball from the Razor Crest. No. Grogu's like, please, warp speed. Come on. Tomorrow is a full day. The Batman animated series is in class, so I will be so ready for a double dip of Star Wars. Hell yeah, man. Me too. The last time, Grogu. Let's go. Grogu loves it. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Ah. Boba. Oh, I love the Book of Boba Fett, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight and watching along. I cannot stress enough how freaking excited I am for The Mandalorian Season 3 tomorrow. We are 24 hours away and 8 minutes from our watch party for the premiere of Mandalorian Season 3. It's a freaking hype time in the fandom. It's a hype time for The Mandalorian. It's gonna be so good, man. I cannot wait. Again, I want to tell you guys, I think Boba Fett is gonna be in The Mandalorian Season 3. I think that a lot of this story at the end here in these 3 episodes we watched tonight are going to be so crucial to what we see in The Mandalorian Season 3, whether it's, Din Djarin having to repent, I guess you could say, for taking off his helmet. The story of Grogu and Luke, I still think that there's some unfinished business and connection there that's going to continue on this season at some point. Not to mention seeing Ahsoka again. There's so much stuff in these 3 episodes that really is going to propel the Mandoverse and the Mandalorian story. There's no way, in my opinion, we don't see Boba Fett in Mando Season 3. We know we're going back to Tatooine. We know there's going to be a lot of stuff. It's going to be freaking good, man. I cannot wait. Boba Fett. You said it, Aaron. Saber Smith says, dang, I don't want it to end. Me neither, man. I still wish there was more. I want more. And I know I shouldn't. But we're going to have a whole bunch of content to be going on tomorrow. And I know a lot of us got to get to sleep here soon. I got to wake up early myself. So I'm definitely excited for it, though. Brandon real quick says, it feels so long since we've seen Mando Season 2 in 2020. Hope Mando Season 3 is a hit. I think it's definitely going to be. I think there's no way it's not going to be honest. 2 years, almost 3 really, because it is 2023 now. The last time we saw Mando was at the end of 2022. So over 2 years since the last time we saw Din Djarin the Mandalorian in his own show. Of course, we did see these 3 episodes here at the end of 2021. But now we're back. We're back with Din. We're back with Grogu. The story continues. So make sure to smash that like button if you guys enjoyed hanging out with us tonight and watching these Boba episodes, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see our watch party for The Mandalorian Season 3 premiere tomorrow. We're going to be starting exactly 24 hours from now at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys happen to be up, if you're going to be watching the episode as soon as it premieres like I am, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Meet us there tomorrow. Again, 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Throughout the rest of the day, and I'll try to make some announcements, so check out our Discord or subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with everything going on with the channel. But I think we're going to be doing some live streams over at the Star Wars Obsessions channel around 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then around 9 or so, 8 or 9, I'm not sure yet, I'll keep you guys posted. 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do a preview for both The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 1 and The Bad Batch Season 2 Episode 11. I've been having a lot of fun with the Bad Batch watch parties lately. I am a big fan of the animated side of Star Wars, almost even more so than I am live action. So I think there's going to be a big episode tomorrow for the Bad Batch. Even with all this Mandalorian hype that I'm trying to bring to the fandom here, with all the hype that we all have for the Mandalorian, I know we're all excited. But I promise you, it's going to be a hell of a time in the Bad Batch party too. Because we're going to be doing a watch party for the Bad Batch after we do our Mando watch party. Mando watch party is going to be 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then 1 a.m. After we watch the Mando episode, around 1 a.m. we're going to do that Bad Batch watch party. Thank you guys. It was a great stream hanging with you guys. Aaron Tomato, Brandon, Don, Omi Juan, Sabersmith, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate you. Mount Tantus tomorrow, says Aaron. Dale Erdman. I can't say anything about Mount Tantus. But what I will leave you guys with, to give you some hype for what's coming tomorrow, it's gonna be, how do I put this? It's gonna be a Zillow of a time.